You're killing me, Smalls.
We making movies, no acting in. I'm fucking Instagram action shit. UPS shipping packages. I'm smoking weed out them packages. If I ain't got a gun, I'm stabbing it. I got some leftover lean in the cabinet. I can hit your little hoe when she happy. Poke on that pussy shit like it's a top in it. We making movies, no acting in. I'm fucking Instagram action shit. UPS doing the packaging. I'm smoking good ass weed out them packages. I can't lie, 'cause I ain't capping it.
Welcome back to the DNA podcast. It's your boy D.
It's your boy Antonio. Let's get to it.
This week, we're going to do Entanglements Part 2 because it's very in vogue right now with the Will Smith family. I guess they're called Pickett Smith. I don't know what the fuck them niggas call. They weird. This stems off of the infamous Will Smith slap at the Oscars.
Yeah.
The Chris Rock in defending his wife's honor, in quotes. So where do you want to take this? You might as well just discuss the background of the first Entanglements.
Okay, background. Jada and Will were on a break. Unofficially, officially. That makes sense. Well, I guess prior to that, August Alsina had became a family friend, and then became a little bit more of a friend. You know what I mean? During this break. So that's practically it. And it all came out during the Red Table Talk, and Will was really hurt.
I guess they're basically swingers too. People say that like it's an okay thing. Niggas have foot fetishes, but that don't make it alright.
I have no problem with you being a swinger. I don't think it's morally reprehensible. It wouldn't be my choice, but
I don't have a problem.
To each your own.
I don't have a problem, and I hate when for you to say something about something, you gotta have a problem with it. I have no problem. Shit's weird. It don't make it not weird because I don't have a problem with it.
If it floats your boat,
you feel me? Different strokes for different folks, but
to you, dog.
That brings us to now, and there's so many ways we could attack it. I guess just in detail, Chris Rock was opening up the Oscars, doing the witty banner that all the opening hosts do.
Yeah,
he's not even a host; he was just an opener.
I thought he was the host. I didn't watch it, so I'm not really sure.
Me neither, but I was told he wasn't the host.
Oh, goddamn!
So he was doing that jokes that make the white people laugh. And so he saw Will and Jada, and he made a G.I. Jane joke towards her, which is it's okay, but it's not, it's probably the least funniest thing Chris Rock has ever said on stage.
And so for some context, apparently this is the third time Will Smith had said something about him making jokes about Jada being bald. So I kind of get it.
I need to go back to the first two. I hope they were funny.
No, I don't think it was in public. I just think he's had to say it more than once.
Jesus. And so he said the joke. Will Smith is caught on camera laughing. Jada is pissed off. Will looks at her and he gets up, slaps Chris Rock, and told him keep his wife's name out their fucking mouth. And boom, that's where we're at today.
Yeah. Background
info: Chris Rock didn't get the cops. The cops were prepared to take him out of there and pretty much press charges. Chris Rock, a better man than me. I would have told him don't press charges, but give him the Rodney King treatment.
All right. So I guess we'll go to the first point of contention here. Will Smith had all the smoke for Chris Rock, but none of the smoke for August Alsina. And a lot of people are saying that it was kind of a bitch move to smack him like that in public on TV and all that fun shit. So
I could talk about this for a while, which I might. And I don't think you should have a problem with August Alsina. I never thought that you should have a problem with who your spouse ends up going with.
I think it's a little bit different if the person's a family friend.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
but he's not a family friend. He was just Jaden's friend. People.
No, he had become friends with the whole. That's why he. That's the only reason he even met Jada Pinkett Smith.
I mean, true, but those from Jaden, from them.
Yeah, but I'm saying he hung out with the rest of the family.
I guess so. But I guess that is different. But I'm still not. I can never have too much smoke for somebody. Like, bro, it's her fault. Like, regardless of what feelings he had, whoop-de-whoop this, it's her fault. It's her fault that he was looking like a clown at that red table talk. And I feel bad for Will Smith. I feel bad for him now because he looks like a guy with his back against the wall. And it looks like Jada's taking advantage of it. But, yeah, it's just, I don't think he needed smoke with anybody. But, like, Jada, I know she didn't make the joke and then bring it on her, but it's just like, you're doing a whole lot for a woman that has literally no problem making you look like a clown. At every given point, still confesses she loves Tupac more than you, confesses that sex with you wasn't all that amazing, confesses that she loved another man while you were still in the picture. You try so hard. And this was all within the past 3 years. This wasn't over like a decade. This is all recent. So
Fairly recent.
If you want to be pissed off at somebody, pissed off at the hoe, like, call it what it is. So that's why it's like, I'm not in this camp of, I get what they're saying, go fight August Alsina, but Will Smith might, that nigga sick. I mean, shit, he just fought Chris Rock, who ain't a fighter, so he might go fight the sick. You're like, shit, if an elderly nigga say something, he might whoop his ass too. But my point of contention comes with the guy. So many comedians have made fun of Jada and Will's situation. So many other people has made fun of it. So Chris Rock was the last straw.
But that might have been the camel that broke, the straw that broke the camel's back,
That was the weak guy trying to show off in front of people. Bro, it don't do nothing to me. We're talking, and this sounds funny, but Will Smith better thank the gods that it was Chris Rock, because he would have slapped me like that. It would have surprised me that he did it. I would have left towards my car. Them niggas would have had to put the Oscars under shootout watch. I promise you, I've seen people get killed for literally less. If Will Smith was anywhere else, he would have lost his damn life. And niggas would be on, they took it too far. Guns got involved, this or that. He shouldn't have put his hands on. If you're not prepared to die, don't put your hands on no other man. And
that's fair enough, I guess.
So what I'm saying is, I got off track. The gist is, Chris Rock is no fighter. He picked Chris Rock to make an example to people. Nigga, ain't nobody scared because you slapped Chris Rock. I called Jada bald every day 5 times in a row when I woke up. That shit don't.
Jada bald.
Like, bald bitch. That shit don't. You don't scare me.
Okay, so removing Will Smith, the whole situation, just the joke about your wife, you get up and you smack another guy. Removing any of the background context, how do you feel about the smack itself? Like, would you have done the same thing? Would you have, if you had already told somebody 3 or 4 times, hey bro, chill that shit out, 3 or 4 times?
I probably would have whooped his ass behind at the Oscars. Like, I probably would have whooped his ass behind the scenes. But it's just so, I don't know, it's so like, it's just cowardly to do it on camera. Because if we're being for real, what other options did Chris Rock have? I mean, even if he was to fight back, he would have just got tossed out with them. Like, if they would have fought and brawled, hell, Chris Rock got his ass tossed out. So, like,
I mean, it would, either way, Chris Rock would have been fine. No matter what.
And I respect the professionalism way. Lots of people are shitting on him because he was professional. I mean, he was professional about it. I wouldn't have. I don't smack people. I strictly whoop their ass. But I would have pressed them as soon as I seen them backstage. I would have made it my issue to get backstage.
You talking about if you will?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Fair enough.
Would you have done the same?
I don't know.
I felt like most normal men.
I think I would have definitely confronted him, especially if I had already said, "Hey, bruh, like, I get it, it's funny, but it's not that funny. Like, chill out." And I only had to say it 2 or 3 times.
What
Now
waters
it's a
your
problem.
argument is that it was funny as hell to him. Like, that's dead ass what
No,
that was
no.
funny as shit to Will.
The clip you're watching, he had just made a joke about something else.
True, yeah.
And then as soon as the G.I. Jane thing happened, that's when everything flipped.
But was he
They
not
didn't-
still
they-
laughing, or did they just cut poorly?
It's how it was cut.
Oh.
So they cut to Will's face. He's laughing at a joke, and then he makes the G.I. Jane joke, and then
I was about to say, because I seen that
Yeah.
flip, but then they cut back to him and he was still laughing. But I guess, because the clip I see, Jada's actually pissed in the clip. But you can tell that when he looks over, oh, shit, I got to be pissed too.
maybe he didn't. But also sometimes it takes a minute to process a joke.
But that nigga knows it's funny.
I don't even think that joke was that funny.
That's what waters it down for me. That
don't know.
but if if what you're saying is, then they clipped it badly. That's one thing.
I've seen it clipped different ways.
I've seen it too, but I know for facts I've seen it. Like one where it was like, well, look at Jada, give him the look, and that's when he gets hot, and it's like, bro, so you weren't even that mad off of principle. And I think that's why I'm more pissed. You're only mad because she was mad. It's one thing if you legitimately got mad as soon as you heard it. That
But-
wasn't that.
But to rebuttal your rebuttal, wouldn't if because ultimately the joke doesn't affect you at all as the person that's not being joked on. You know what I'm saying? So you only are getting upset because the other person will be upset anyway.
Nope, only soft niggas say that. To my rebuttal to your rebuttal, when niggas be joking on niggas' dead homies, that has nothing to do with me. Is that not this? That has nothing. But I'm pissed off as soon as I hear it.
But that's a little bit different. That's different.
Niggas joking on your people, and you choose the.
That's different.
And I know people are hearing. So if it was your wife, you wouldn't have done nothing. If I would have been pissed off, I would have been pissed off. It wouldn't have been me having to get pissed off. If I would have got angry, I would have got angry. If I didn't, I didn't. It wouldn't have been no.
Yeah,
road flip.
I did not expect Will Smith to get up on stage and smack anybody. I could have seen him. I could have seen him. Hey, keep my wife's name in your fucking mouth. I could have seen that, but
Do you think, so with everything involving it, do you think it was, of course the slap was real. By all metrics, the slap was real. Do you think it was staged or very real?
I've heard some arguments that it was staged. I've heard some arguments that it was very much real. I'm kind of in the real camp. Real calculated. I think him being upset is very, very much real, but him getting up there and smacking him was definitely weighed and measured, if that makes sense.
That's what I think. I think it was fixed in a way of like, it was super calculated. But I'm going to go deeper level for you. I believe he knew he was winning the Oscar right after, later that day. I believe based off his actions and based off of just like winning, like if he wouldn't have won the Oscar, this puts a hole in my whatever. But you won your first Oscar ever right after you did this. It's kind of like you knew you really couldn't get punished but so much.
Yeah. Because if he had did it before the Oscars,
They would have booted him.
yeah, they would have booted him from the show.
And and this has just been some high level thinking I was doing. It's as if because what's more of a scene? We tossing Will Smith out, or when he wins his Oscar, and we have to call his name, and he's already tossed out. Like I think the Academy played as good as they really could, because it would have caused another scene once you realize, oh yeah, they tossed Will's ass up out of here. And so, and that's why I respected a whole lot less. I feel like he had.
I don't know. I kind of respect it more in a way because it's like you're out here playing 3D chess.
I respected less because a man with nothing to lose And he literally had nothing to lose by doing it. Do that shit on the street. Do that shit on the street when you have everything to lose. And we'll see a man's true character. You're telling me that you slapped somebody under the right circumstances. So how many times are those circumstances going to be in your favor when your wife get insulted?
True.
And it's only Will Smith. And it's a couple of people I wouldn't like. If Rick Ross did it, Rick Ross, you're not a tough guy. If X, Y, and Z did, Will Smith is not a tough guy by any metrics. That's what, if Mike Tyson did this to somebody, well, shit. All niggas could say
But Mike Tyson is one of the most laid back people you ever met in your life.
He is, but just in general, if we would have seen it, well, you shouldn't have said that shit to Mike Tyson. That nigga bite niggas' ears off. He ain't nobody to be fucked with.
Speaking of Mike Tyson, there was this video of like some guy getting in Mike Tyson's face, and they were like, "Hey, bro, chill the fuck out." And he was sitting there calm, but I was like, does he not know? Does he not know?
Mike Tyson is a rare case of he loves to whip people's asses, but he know he can, so he chills out. But when he gets the thirst for blood, when he gets the thirst for blood, he actively seeks out a fight. But when he's chilling. It's like, I don't want to whip your ass today. I'll let you walk. I'll let you bounce. But yeah, that's my high level thinking on the Will Smith thing. I could be completely wrong, and Oscar was just like, oh shit, I got to slap a nigga and I won an Oscar on top of it.
I think that's the best timeline. He just met the nigga. It was like,
I think that's what people really want to believe. But back to my simulation thing of just like nothing happens by chance. Nothing is really surprising. Nothing is really line up like that. Most stuff is staged and planned.
Okay. I have a question for you. This is off topic, but if we are in the simulation, are you the only one in the simulation and everybody else around you is a simulation, or are we all in the same simulation together?
It depends on which type of technology they're using. It's kind of like when I tell people when you
No, what do you believe?
It depends on which technology. Like, if the niggas are dealing with high level technology, they put all our conscious in one.
So like the Matrix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much like one big virtual world. But if niggas is cheap and balling on a budget, niggas gotta.
It's just the Sims. Gotcha.
I was about to say the fucking gigabyte space ain't good enough for something like that. So them niggas gotta fucking they gotta put us all in our own world. I like to think of it like heaven. When I tell people, if you see me in heaven, that's not the real me. What do you mean? My heaven has none of y'all. So, so if you see me in heaven, that's a generated version of me for your liking.
Oh my god.
And it's God's honest truth. That ain't shit. Everybody shouldn't expect to see me. Goddamn it.
That's funny. All right.
So, how do you feel about this? So, from what I hear, you're riding with Will.
Okay. I'm a Will Smith fan, so maybe that's clouded my judgment a little bit.
I've actually became less of a fan because of this. He was my favorite actor in the 2000s, minus Denzel, but come on, it's Denzel.
It's Denzel. Yeah. Okay, I'm a Will Smith fan. I always like seeing him succeed. I like seeing his family succeed, even though they're weirdos. Even Jada, I think Jada's kind of hot, even with the bald head, whatever. But yeah, I think ultimately it's probably gonna do more damage to his career than good. This moment,
Hollywood has already said they halted some films that he's already a part of.
But I also feel like the world is a bunch of bitches now. Like, if someone in the 1950s, if some white guy walked on stage and smacked another guy for talking about his wife, it would have just been a Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been nothing.
the huge something is, has that man's wife been embarrassing the hell out of him? Has she been sleeping around in the city? And
That part does not matter. That's probably why he made the joke. I'm saying in general. I'm saying back in the day, it would not have been an issue. It would have been a non-issue. Now they still would have had beef, or whatever they called it back in the day, but it would have been a non-issue. Let's be realistic.
I get that, and even in the '90s, it wouldn't have been a non-issue. But guess what?
No, the '90s it probably would have escalated further than it would have now.
It would have, but guess what? In the '90s, Will Smith wouldn't have done it because he would have been the softest nigga. He would have been the softest nigga in there, so he probably would have been the nigga getting slapped. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell the truth. These past couple of years, I like Will Smith, hated his family. I literally hate every single person in his family. Like, this isn't just, I could do without them. Have utter disdain.
The oldest son is not that bad.
Yeah, but he's not really in the picture. Some people don't even know some people don't even know that he exists.
Yeah.
And that's what I like, that he's a low key. My biggest problem with celebrity kids, please don't tell me about this hard life that you live. Don't tell me about this struggle of being a celebrity parent when you do all this weird shit, when in reality you can just be a background character, but be the richest background character in life. Like, so don't give me this huge struggle. This was Jaden Smith would try to tell you his anime he made.
I actually never watched it.
Neo Yokio, it sucked. I tried to give it 2 up. Do you know why it sucked? Because he based it off of him. So a rich kid is basically, and this is not a parody, this is honest to God true. A rich kid is pretty much going through the anime, talking about how his life is just as hard as X, Y, and Z, and it is so detached from reality that it's funny when you look at it that way, but it's so goddamn sad that you think that this is you. Like, his wife, never been a Jada Pinkett fan, thought she was the weakest and set it off, and I had to go back and look at the casting. The other girl was their first role in the damn movie ever. That was her first role ever on big screen. So I've never had this deep affinity for Jada Pinkett. Maybe because, one, I don't find her cute. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
And I'm about to say, it's just like, and when you take away the cuteness aspect, what movies does she really have? Well, what does she do to make you say, oh, she's talented? I
just thought she was kind of cute.
I was about to say, when that's brought up, like, what has she done? People always, she's cute.
Set it off and cute. Yeah.
So, like, I don't have this deep affinity for her that others do. And it's like, I have no problem with Willow. She's not talented and she doesn't know it, but keep trying. That's the American way, is to keep trying. And it's just like,
I don't know. That Caught a Vibe song was really catchy for a while.
So no, it is catchy. Like, remember when I told you, she doesn't know how to project her voice. She's opening her mouth wide and thinking that's the same as, she's yelling, thinking that's the same as getting louder. It's not. Like, it's, and don't let me be the singing expert, but I've literally watched classes on, like, and just like, that's how you do your voiceover. She doesn't do that. But it's this huge disdain, and it's only happened when it's like, they're swingers, cool. August Alsina somehow ended up the bad guy when he expressed his feelings towards Jada Pinkett, which, once again, I don't know why he's so enamored with her, but to each their own. Yeah, to each their own. She does this red table talk, this or that, and it's like, it's so much weight in her opinion, but I just don't see why. Like, Snoop Dogg did something that was controversial.
It wasn't even that controversial.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I forgot what it was.
I don't remember what it was, but I remember it was like, why are you apologizing for this shit?
He's apologizing to her. I let you down. Snoop, I'm real disappointed in you. Who gives a fuck? Like who just, and it's never ending me not caring about these niggas up until when Jaden tweeted right after the smack. That's how we do things. Yes, your mom fuck your friends on a constant basis. That's how y'all niggas do things. Like I wouldn't be rooting for y'all sorry ass niggas,
Bro, Jaden should have fought August on principle.
It's just like you have the nerve to tweet. That's how we do things. I promise y'all would spit on both of y'all before I whoop both of y'all's asses. Your father and you. And I want to see the follow-up tweet when like it is just pure disdain. And I have no problem with them being rich. Some people, oh, you're jealous. I am not jealous at all. I'm upset that they're delusional. Is all. Hell.
I think. Well, we've seen that with Kim Kardashian recently. That rich people think they have their lives so much harder than it actually is.
Do you want to
be realistic?
Outside of Will Smith, the Smith Pickett family were just a bunch of Kardashians. Basically, them niggas ain't really talented. You're just famous. Now, I support black people doing it more than whatever the fuck the Kardashian is.
Okay, if we had to rank most talented out of the Will Pickett family, it goes Willow, Jaden, and the oldest son, just because he doesn't do anything, but he actually could be the most talented out of all of them. We just don't know.
I don't disagree with that, but
it's all this, right?
But we're ranking 1 through 10, and the shit goes up to 100. I mean, and we're not even doing 1 through 2. We're doing 1 through 9. Will is in the 80s or 90s. He breaks the scale in favor. Like when people be like, "It's obviously the Smith family's more talented." Is it obvious when you take Will out? Like that's just
he's bumping up the average here. It's not.
That nigga's averaging 100 while the others are getting 60s. And that's what making it high. Now, the highest Kardashian's only getting 60. So, if that. But, and I do agree with you. I have a problem with the Kardashians doing the same, but the Smiths somehow avoid that. And it's only when you start talking about it that people start to realize, oh, yeah, I don't really like them niggas.
Well, I think it's because the Kardashians are a little bit more upfront with their hypocrisy. Mm-hmm. But like I was saying, I think this is a thing that all rich families do and go through. It's like they think they're way more talented than they actually are, and they typically ride in the talent of one person in their family, mm-hmm. especially when it's a family of famous people. And they think their lives are way harder than they are, and it's like you know, if you don't know what we're talking about with the Kim Kardashian thing, she told women to get out their asses and work, and no one wants to work these days.
I think she's y'all lazy asses. Girl, we've seen you complain over nothing. Like we've actually visibly seen you complain.
My biggest problem is that I don't want to hear anything about business from Kim Kardashian. I want to hear business from her mother, from Kris, because she knows how to fucking work a business.
The only Kardashian that I would I don't even know if he's a Kardashian. Yeah, he's a Kardashian. The only Kardashian that I would want to hear from is dead, because I want to know how you got that nigga OJ off. That's the only one that and he's the one who put the family on the map, basically. Like,
well, he got them the starting fortune.
Yeah. So it's like, I guess in all way, like he's the Will Smith of their family.
I don't know. I think Kris is kind of the Will Smith of the family.
I think Kris is taking it to another atmosphere.
Yeah.
But without that,
without the launching pad,
yeah,
for sure.
Then they would have just been other people.
Yeah, they just would have regular white folks.
So it's like, shit. The nigga that I do want to hear from is dead. So
fair enough.
But yeah, it's just like such the hypocrisy. Get off y'all's lazy asses. Have you ever worked
like a real job?
Yeah, I was about to say you were like
9 to 5.
Paris Hilton's assistant when you were like 18. So I know that you haven't had a real job. And
you got famous for laying on your back, dude.
And sex tape not even that good.
Yeah, you weren't even fucking them good. It'd be one thing if you put in some fucking work.
You feel me? If this was like, if that sex tape would have came out now, Nobody would even really notice that thing.
No.
More Ray J's face than anything.
It really was because of Ray J. No homo.
And that nigga narcissistic from them videos, but
It was funny how he told me put the camera on his face.
bro, and it's just like it was just constantly on his face. Like, come on, bro. Like I know that you didn't expect for it to come out, but it's literally 90% you. But it's to put a neat bow on this, I've been fighting the urge with the Smith family because it's like, religion should be religion and nobody should be whatever. Them niggas are Scientologists, and it's like,
Are they really?
Yes.
Oh.
And like I've known this for years, but I've been ignoring
that. I didn't. Will too?
Yep.
What the fuck?
I've been ignoring this, and it's just like the more that I learn about Scientology, all right, so that's weird. It's a cult. It's this and that. I try to, ignore the fact that they're part of it. But the more that they talk in this instance and with shit like this, y'all niggas are Scientologists. Like, it 100% checks out.
That just fucked up Will Smith for me. Thanks a lot.
That's what I've been fighting for. Like, I think I figured it out 6 years ago. And it's just like, I've been going back and forth. Man, when I can ignore it, I can ignore it. Hey, Bad Boy 3 came out, this and that. Will Smith keep on. Yes, and that's why I was like, no bullshit. And it's fucked up. I think that started my disdain when just like, all right, so I secretly have something against y'all, but I'm not going to hold it. But then y'all keep doing shit.
There's always in the back of your head, like, this is why.
This is dead ass why.
That's fucked. That really fucked up Will Smith for me.
Bro, it is like, and that's why I was like, you should be able to do what religion you want, but we know Scientology is a cult, and if you don't know,
if you look into like a lot of religions, this is gonna be controversial.
They're cults and gangsters. Like that's,
bruh, yeah. If you look into Scientology, it is. I don't know how anybody falls for this shit. I don't get it at all. Like,
religion has a danger, and I tell people the dangers of religion. There's one girl I know has started following her religion closely. I tell her watch out, and she's like, watch out for what? Religion preys on people at their lowest moments, and if you go back to my, I think it was his last episode. I think it was conspiracies, or maybe morality. When I tell you that life has no true meaning. And everybody struggles with that eventually. There comes to a point in your life where it dawns on you that there is no meaning of life. This isn't, anybody who says that I'm wrong has either A, experienced it and forgot about it, or B, just haven't experienced it yet. But it's like a crossroads in your life. Religion fills that void of use. And so, that's how people just like blindly follow it. That's the only way I can explain, because that shit is obviously a cult. But at the same time, why do people join cults when it's a cult?
Another cult is fucking your wife.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, a cult is actually a cult, and niggas still join that. But when you're at your lowest moment, that's when people pray. Like, that's when it preys on you. Now, for these celebrities, I really don't know. Like, Tom Cruise, Will Smith, and them. Like,
Well, Tom Cruise has been in Scientology for a long time.
Before he was famous?
It's definitely after he was famous, but like,
oh no, yeah, like
it was like in his early part of his career he joined, and I found that out, and I was like, why? Just why?
When you're broke and or before a rich person get rich,
well, I think
can understand.
He was rich enough to be part of. Number one, you cannot be a Scientologist and be poor. It doesn't work like that. Number two, because there's a lot of money that you have to get to the Church of Scientology.
Yeah, them niggas do be asking for fucking loads, literally loads.
Yeah, you have to pay more money to get further into the religion. It's weird.
Yep.
But yeah, like it was definitely after he was pretty rich, but before he was fucking Tom Cruise. If that makes sense.
Yeah. And it's just, we're in the same boat. I just don't see what the end game is. But when you know what you know, I guess if their marriage was so bad, that's why they didn't get divorced. Scientology really frowns upon divorce. Shit kind of gets a scare. It gets a real scare.
Does it?
one of Tom Cruise's wives. She's a kind of actress, kind of famous. She was in something. I don't even know her name, but if I look up Tom Cruise and go to his Wikipedia and see all ex-wives, I'm gonna know her when I see her. But she pretty much said, "Oh yeah, we got divorced," and basically people would stalk her all the time to make sure that she doesn't pretty much tell people about the religion. Like she would look out her window, there's people actively just stalking her. There would be people out there in public, and it's like it's them stalking her to pretty much keep her in line. So it's like, so this gets dark very quick when y'all split. And so knowing this knowledge, it's just like,
now if someone told me that Scientologists are the actual Illuminati,
I will be real with you. I put in a cheat code in my secret society thing. I don't know which one it is. Could be Scientologists, could be the government. I know there's some goddamn society that's secret. Scientology is basically secret because I don't know how people don't really know. Hell, Tom Cruise, every interview he gets, talk about it.
because he wants people to join.
Yeah.
He wants people to join, but you can't talk about that shit.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, it seems like every fucking, hey, Tom, what led you to do Mission Impossible 7? Well, my Scientology, damn, nigga, how did we get here? Yeah, we... So,
Mission Impossible 7.
Bro, I think it's up there, too. I know they did 5.
Yeah,
I
so at
think
least
they
5 of them.
did 6. Yeah.
I just think it's funny because it should, no movie series should get that high. It shouldn't be a thing.
Bro, I don't care what nobody say. Rush Hour should have got that far. Maybe would have got tired of the dynamic, but when I look at Fast and Furious, no, I could have watched Rush Hour for 10 movies. I don't know how the fuck y'all niggas is watching this shit, bro. At least Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker was funny as all. The niggas aren't even funny. Like, that's what I don't get about the Fast Furious or Mission Impossible. Like, y'all coming back for the same stunts? Them niggas aren't, like, funny. I don't know.
Well, I think everybody likes Tom Cruise so much because he does his own stunts. And he hurts himself quite often doing his own stunts. So we know it's fucking real. Like when he ran down the Burj Khalifa, that he actually did that.
Oh, shit, I thought that was CGI.
No, he actually did that.
Oh, he a mad bastard.
When he was jumping from building to buildings in one movie, he actually did that and broke his foot.
He a real nigga. And in his last movie he did during the quarantine, he paid for both yachts to do the movie. I forgot which movie it was, but he paid. He literally fronted all the money, basically, for the damn movie. Bro, I don't like Tom. Unpopular opinion, Tom Cruise is up there for literally my white favorite actor. He might be right behind Forrest Gump, Tom Hanks. He might be right behind Tom Hanks, because I like Tom Cruise. This new information about him that you're telling me, that's even more respectable. I didn't know he did every stunt. Huh?
I think... It might not be every stunt, but he does
Major.
like 95% of his stunts.
Yeah.
And that's unheard of.
And I give that's huge praise for the fact that he's that rich and he still feel the need to do that shit. I respect that. He's still a Scientologist, and I can't. That's why I don't like bringing him up. I don't like bringing him up in public.
It just ruins it for me. Oh, damn it.
It ruins it for me that he's actually crazy. Like,
Yeah.
he's actually mad as hell.
Oh, you remember the fucking Oprah interview?
Is this the one where he yelled? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one when I realized that. I think that's when I first realized he was a Scientologist. And all in all, this nigga's crazy as hell.
Yes.
It's funny we went on this tangent about Scientology. We wanted you to get home the point that these niggas are crazy. Do your own research. Just look it up. Look what it takes to become a member. Look at what they've done in the past. And just look at everything and you'll realize, oh yeah, anybody affiliated with this is crazy as hell. It's kind of like the only way I could put it is if somebody tells me they're a Satan worshiper. Nope, I don't need to know the parameters. I don't need to know the reasons. We have nothing to speak about. And that's dead ass how I look at science. Oh yeah, I'm in it. Something. It's not what you think. You don't even need to appeal to me.
Especially if you weren't born into born into the life of Scientology or Satan worshiping or whatever. Like it's one thing if it's like it's a family thing.
Yeah.
And it's like this is all I've ever known. But if you made the active choice to convert,
yeah, you
big
gotta
dog.
you gotta get. It's a no for me, dog. So like all this now examined, it's just like them niggas are just crazy in jail. I guess that's just me bringing it up. It's just something about them that I just don't like. And truthfully, I don't really have a problem with Willow. Now my only problem is that her brother's ass and everything. I like Willow. She stays low key. She cut her hair with solidarity for her mom and like this and that. I have no problem with her, but she's just if a nigga had to say you can pick all of them or leave all of them, shit, I'm leaving all of them, man. Shit.
So Will and Willow just doesn't save the.
It just doesn't. Imagine that. Will Smith ain't good enough to bring up everybody. Nah, that's a lot of shit. And truthfully, and this is no bullshit, and this isn't just a bash date, even though that's what I do when I'm off camera. I have to like, is she just not like a fire starter? Like, most major things have come out about Will or anything involving Will that's negative. Is it not constantly surrounding her? And nothing he did, not like, oh, Will Smith caught cheating. Will Smith did this. Will Smith didn't smack this guy on his own time. Like, like,
yeah, I think for the sake of his career, we're speaking purely career wise. If Will had left Jada, he probably would be a very much more rich man, if that makes sense, and he would be much more respected in the community. But at the same time, if Jada makes him truly happy, and I know that's a way much for you, but
sure as hell don't.
You know, if the good truly outweighs the bad for him with Jada, then
I want to speak on that as well. A lot of hoes been saying it, but if I took advice from hoes, well, I wouldn't be as smart as I am. So, and this is no BS. So, if you have a friend and you know things are not going right in their relationship, you're not there all the time, which nobody's ever there all the time, but you know things are not going well based off of what the friend is starting to do and based off of just repeated patterns. Are you like, this always comes up, oh, you're a horrible friend for not sticking up or speaking out. Everything that goes on, everything that I've seen, and it is a minuscule of their lives, but the stuff that I see looks like toxic behavior. It looks like a toxic couple from what I see. So, like, he could be what he presume is to be happy. Like, this could be presumably happy for him, but that doesn't make it right. And that's the offense of, like, just seeing him at the red table talk thing with the crying, like you crying while she's telling him this. And even after he smacked him, just the face he had, this isn't the real Will. If you had a female friend and she acted out like like what he just did,
she went onto a stage and smacked the bitch.
I mean, like if that's not what she normally does, like just acted completely out of character.
Yeah.
Will Smith literally took pride in rapping with no cuss words. That's literally his pride in winning a Grammy with no cuss words. And now this is the guy that smacked somebody, bro.
Told you to keep my wife's name in your fucking mouth.
I've never seen a nigga get smacked at no award show. Do you know how many times 50 Cent was pissed at a goddamn award show in his prime? Do you know how many times Kanye West was pissed at an award show in his prime? I know it's not the Oscars, but I've never seen no nigga get slapped at no fucking award show. Like this is so.
But in a way, it's fucking amazing.
No,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
And that's what makes it so much funnier. Because if it was a 50 Cent, or if it was a person you expected to do violence, this is just like, more.
Yeah, it's like okay, that's expected. But for Will Smith to do it, it's like,
and that's why
this motherfucker.
This is so out of your like behavior. I follow him on Instagram and shit. He posts positive message. He's always posted about nonviolence and peace and this and that. And that's why it's just, to me, that it's just, how happy could he be? He's like broken, like, and I think he did it to defend his wife, and that is like 100% honorable. But I think he did it because like he knows that I got to keep this bitch happy somehow. Like if I don't do it, she's gonna fucking be pissed at me. So that's why I was like, that's why I'm huge on when it was like he was laughing at first. Fuck, gotta go slap this nigga. I think he slapped him because he was laughing. No bullshit. I think if he would have got angry first,
Yeah.
it would have been just justified. She saw him laughing. Now I need to go make it up to her. And every guy that's been in a relationship knows when you do something and fuck, I need to do something bigger to make this right. And it's just...
Oh, man. That's hilarious. Now, this is kind of unrelated, but related. Did you see everybody's face when it happened?
Bro, I couldn't see everybody's face because, one, I don't know half those white
Did you
people.
see Andrew Garfield and Zendaya?
Bro, they checked their phones so goddamn.
Like,
bro, I had they had my girl scared back there, Lupita Nyong'o. Oh boy, if she would have been terrified, I would have took a fight out there. It would have been me and them. Y'all don't make my girl scared. I promise you that. She was in splash radius. Oh boy,
that's hilarious.
If she would have tweeted, "I fear for my life," I would have been there.
You gonna teleport back?
I would have been there.
You'd have been there 6 hours later.
Ass would have been whooped when I got there too. But
that's hilarious.
Also, I want to get on this point, and this is huge, and this will probably ride out for the rest of the topics. I'm tired of hearing about this illness and quote that Jada Pinkett has.
Alopecia?
It's not debilitating, and most niggas probably don't even know what the fuck that is. Like every time something, I see, oh, your wife is dealing with this illness and it does this, and she's just bald in some spots. She chose to cut her hair. I'm going to tell you I'm pissed about it. One, how many niggas get clowned for being bald and nobody has sympathy for them? How many Michael Jordan jokes do you fucking hear? Ain't no bullshit. I think Michael Jordan may have had alopecia or he was balding. Balding not if alopecia is an illness, is male pattern baldness not an illness? It's
alopecia. You can have different kinds of alopecia. So like you can have the alopecia where it's like your immune system attacks your hair follicles so you don't grow hair, right?
I know there's a middle linebacker for the Steelers. He has no eyebrows. Jada Pinkett still got her eyebrows unless they're fake.
She and you also can just be in certain places. Like just like some people can get vitiligo and they have the patches.
Yep.
And her patches are on her head. She probably has patches of no body hair in places too.
True.
That makes sense.
And
she just got lucky and didn't keep her eyebrows. But there's different kinds. You can have traction alopecia, and that's when pulling your hair back too much, and you can get the thinning, and your hair won't grow back. Yeah, it just is what it is. I understand why she would be sensitive about having alopecia, being bald in general as a woman, because a lot of as a woman, beauty is associated with your hair. And you associate how good you look with having a good hair day and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I can just get why she would be upset. Now, I don't think it's as big of a deal people making it be.
They're making it seem like she got cancer. People clown Magic Johnson for having AIDS. And it sounds funny that I'm saying this, but so... And this is, I'm literally pissed with women for this. When something happens to a woman, it's no grounds. When something happens to a nigga, it clown that nigga to the end of time. Bro, you know it. We always clown Magic Johnson for having HIV or AIDS. I forget which comes first. We always
HIV.
He could have gotten AIDS and literally died, and niggas are just clowning this. Niggas still clowning with them. How that nigga so big with HIV? Like they still say shit.
Because he's on his shit, dog. He's on his meds.
And they still say shit. How many times have we clowned Michael Jackson for bleaching his skin when he was self-conscious about having patches in his black skin? People don't even give him props. Like, I know I did it. Shit, I bleach my damn skin too. If it turns out that like And if it turns out that I'm 50-50, nigga, I need to be 100 or something. I need to be 100 or something. But niggas still shame Michael Jackson for bleaching his skin. And so, like, so we, all that stuff we can shame. We let that slide. But
I think if Michael Jackson came out now, he was an artist now, and he had vitiligo, I think it wouldn't have been a thing.
and that's
Like, I think he would have kept his skin tone just because we're more body positive when it comes to stuff like that.
It's a mix because he was a perfectionist, and so
yeah, I mean,
so like he was mentally ill in a sense because everything needed to be perfect, even though there's no such thing as that. So he probably would have just drove him crazy just looking at it. Like that's just him. Because like I tell you, like he hated Thriller, like he hated the album Thriller. He actually thought it wasn't that good. Go figure. One of the greatest albums, arguably the greatest album of all time, and the guy actually hates it. Like so, and I do get it because Wendy Harlow is a model, and she's has vitiligo everywhere, and so that gets to my point. I get what you're saying about the women in their hair, and that is true to certain extents. But in 2022, female empowerment. There's plenty of bald models. There's plenty of bald influencers. This and that. Hell, there's hairy women. There's women out there with armpits, arm hair fucking longer than mine. That's positive. So I am not here for that. Like, this is not the 90s.
I'm not saying she's getting publicly shamed other than by Chris Rock for being bald. But I'm just saying, like, she might be dealing with some internal shit.
And maybe so.
You know.
And Tom Segura brought up this point. If Will Smith wants to smack somebody, he needs to go smack Tom Segura. Because he called his wife a bitch and this and that and clowned her for literally 4 minutes straight. 4 minutes, every other word was bald bitch. If you want to go smack somebody, you need to go smack that nigga. Because
I'm like, I can't picture his face.
The doctor off of Friends.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really? He did that? I didn't know that.
And he went off on the rant. This rant was so bad, bro, that you need to go do something. You need to go.
You gotta go wake him up.
If Chris Rock calling her G.I. Jane upset you, bro, you need to go. You need to go whoop his ass. So that's how bad the rant was. But
I gotta go look that up.
If she was so self-conscious, and this is honest to God truth, this isn't me trying to shame her, tell her what to do. Well, she's never once wore a wig. This has been, and it's like she should not be ashamed. But I know women with long, beautiful hair that wear wigs. So, like, there's so many layers of me not giving a damn, and it's not a good excuse. That it's just, like, it's a good reason if you don't have context. But, like, there's plenty of context, and there's plenty of, like, pretty much I don't give a damn. Like it's everything is unjustified due to how they're feeling, how he felt, reaction is, and don't give a damn. Like,
fair enough.
And that's my huge point. Like, that's what I've seen the most. Y'all don't know what she's going through, this or that. We clown fat people for being fat. You think fat people don't go through stuff? And that's why it's just I openly clown her. I've been clowning bald bitches since day one. My favorite joke in school is I never let a bitch tell me what to do and she can't even grow her hair. They're like, I've been saying that since 6th or 7th grade. I don't.
You said about a teacher, didn't you?
No, I was a student. No.
Awful.
No, she tried to get loud at me and cuss me out. Been saying that since, and it's just, I think I must ooze bald hatred, because bald-headed women tend to have it out for me, and I don't even say nothing at first. It's just natural, just like they have a problem with me. I got a problem with you.
Maybe they can tell you don't like bald-headed bitches.
Because you don't know how many times that same thing that I've been saying since 7th grade. Some people was like, so you said it once and you just remembered it? No, I periodically got to say that bitch. Feels like every 2 years. You know?
You got to refresh it.
Yeah. Like, it always comes up again. Damn, do I beef with bald-headed women subconsciously? Could this be my simulation theory just working that my main antagonist in life is bald-headed women? Like,
your boss fight is gonna be a bald-headed bitch. That's hilarious.
So yeah, I guess the closeout. My main points is I don't respect what Will Smith did. I give Chris Rock all his flowers. I feel for Chris Rock. Did you see the video of like when he won an award or something? You could tell he was actually embarrassed and hurt to go back out.
No, I didn't see that.
I don't know what he won. He wasn't like the focal point, but he was like part of a group. But like somebody like literally had him, and like you can tell that he was actively embarrassed and actively hurt to be out there. Nobody should ever go through that.
I mean, you could hit him back. You could hit him back.
Could have.
He would have been embarrassed anymore.
So true. I'd give Chris Rock all the props for being professional when I wouldn't have. I would still be whooping Will Smith's ass right now. Whatever jail they would have took us to, I would have been whooping his ass there until they separated us, goddamn it. And it would have been on site every time. So if I saw that nigga at the local taco stand, we would have lit it up there too, just because, bro, you thought, you know my huge, like, you're not going to embarrass me in public. One, you thought you could smack me. Two, you thought you could smack me on national TV. I got to whoop your ass every single time we meet. I just don't care, bro. If we take our daughters to a ballet recital, I gotta whoop your ass. I gotta wear your ass out there too. Just because you were going to embarrass me on national TV and in the age of the internet, just Chris Rock ain't never gonna live that down. I'm mad because he's one of my favorite comedians.
This is a little side note. You ever seen the Chris Rock skit? He's at an award show. He's doing the intro, and you can't put Jay-Z next to Nas. You can't put this person. Ja Rule versus next to 50 Cent.
Yeah.
No, it's put Chris Rock next to Will Smith.
Bro, I swear to God. Do you know what pisses me off more too? So, bro, everything's going around what I'm saying. I hated when Will Smith won his award and gave that bullshit ass speech. It pissed me off because it's the weakest speech ever when he tried to compare himself to Venus and Serena's father. He's not them. Venus and Serena's father never crossed the line. If you want to know what he truly was, he's more in line with Joe Jackson than Venus and Serena's father. He's more in line with a guy that crossed the line than a guy who didn't. Like, it's utter bullshit. And you can tell he's a Scientologist if you really listen to it. He has a God complex, which all them niggas do. Like, like if knowing what you know now, go listen to that speech. You're going, yeah, this nigga's really, it's like he has a God complex. He barely apologized. He didn't apologize to Chris Rock that night. Now on his Instagram post, he apologized to Chris Rock in one paragraph, but then proceeded to apologize to everybody else he apologized to in the speech. Bro, it's half-assed. I will lose respect for Chris Rock a little bit if he's squashing with Will Smith. No, squashing it only helps Will Smith. It only makes him look good. Being the bigger man is so overrated. Do not.
But you just praised him for being the bigger man and being professional.
Hey, he was professional on stage. Now, if you would have shot him off stage, I would have really loved it. I would have really loved it. He would have really got my praise.
That's funny. Okay.
Because, like, we work in an environment where, like, bro, I've gotten cussed out before, and all I could do is just crack a smile. Bitch, I would wear you out if we was anywhere else. Now, getting cussed out is not the same as getting smacked, but this cuss out she gave me, she might as well have smacked my dumb ass.
You better than me. I told people to clock out.
No, this was a customer.
Oh.
This is a customer flat cussing me out.
I've barely ever had. I don't think I've ever had a customer cuss me out. I've had people talk to me crazy, like employees and you know, like fellow employees,
Yeah.
and bosses, and I told them clock out.
I don't take that with people on the job. No. But yeah, I'm just taking it. It was this ghetto girl. Something happened. I forgot what the fuck happened. It just overshadowed by all. Oh my God, she's cussing me out. Do I walk off? Do I just keep getting this lashing? Good God, she's going. Yeah, she's going.
I think I would just walk away. I think I was just like, okay, man.
And it's just like, I know I remain professional. Just like, all right, so this escalated to the point of her cuss. It's not really much more that I could say. Mm-hmm. And it's just like,
so you gotta sit there and take that.
yeah, so I've been there. I walked off and I forgot what happened next. I know I never seen that hoe again. But if I would have seen her outside of that ballpark, it would have been up.
Oh, it's called security. That's the best thing you can do.
Oh, yeah, I guess we could have done it. I don't know what the fuck happened. think I'm blanking on it. I think it was traumatic for me.
It took everything in you to not smack that bitch.
Just not. She wore me out like a dog. And so I get it. Most people know Chris Rock was right in the name of professionalism. Now, we wouldn't have been mad if he would have done something in retaliation. It would have been, I guess, justifiable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd have been like, oh yeah, well, he hit you so.
But even more that he has decided not to press charges and act. The more that I talk, the more I get back. We're all about black empowerment in the community, this and that. We're all about having each other's backs, this and that. The guy who's actively looking out for the nigga who smacked him is still getting clowned. I want people to remember this incident when next Black Lives Matter come up. And the guy, he's actively protecting Will Smith. Hasn't pressed charges, and didn't let the cops arrest him. He gets no applause for that. He gets no...
I've seen people give him applause for that. I've seen people say, like, hey, that was some stand-up shit. Now, those are very much drowned out by everybody else, but I've seen it.
Black Lives Matter only matter when it matters. And it doesn't always matter to everybody. So, I want people to understand that when the next... I told people, I don't subscribe to any Lives Matter because I'll smoke somebody over anything. So... lives don't matter to me, goddammit. But just remember that the next time that you try to be a woke activist, and oh yeah, we all need to treat people fairly, we need to uplift our brothers, and fuck out of here. Hey, am I wrong? Like, am I wrong in this feeling?
Yeah, I can't really disagree. Can't really disagree. So,
those are all my finite points. Chris Rock, you in the right, bro. I might whoop Will Smith's ass when I see him.
If we get famous, you gotta smack him on principle.
Or at least make enough jokes to make him want to try to confront me. Because I'm going to hit him with that two-piece combo. And so the second... people said, why didn't Chris Rock do nothing when he walked up? No bullshit. I didn't. In my heart of hearts, but I didn't expect that to happen. But Will Smith, you got that reputation now, bro. If you walk up on me, even if I know I didn't do nothing to you, if you walk up on me like I made you with the boop boop, bro, you got to reach out. If you want dap, you got to reach out your hand feet away from me. You got to.
I still ain't trusting it like that.
Yeah, bro, you got that reputation now, Will. You smacking niggas, bro. So if you run up, you get done up. Your closing arguments, closing statements.
I don't know. I like it. I don't like it. I have mixed feelings on the whole thing.
It's giving us something to talk about.
Yeah. It has been very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah.
August Alsina ain't tweeted about it either. I swear to God, I would have found a way to involve myself into it. I swear to God, I would have.
Especially though my career is kind of dead.
Bro,
this would just right back up.
Another small... People know when you research Scientology, you know Scientologist has a way for making people's career come to an end. August Alsina admitted that after he was involved with Jada, his career kind of like it just got suppressed. And ever since we heard of this entanglement, how the hell did the entanglement go from August with Jada to just directly to how it affects Jada and Will? Like, then he got phased out of his own entanglement. Like what he did originally. It's like no bullshit. Like this isn't random. Like the nigga has been phased out of the music game, which is kind of a shame because the nigga could sing.
Yeah.
But stop being Wills out here. I think I ended the last video. I think I ended Entanglements one like it. Bro, stop being Wills out here. Y'all niggas going outside. We need more. I don't know. P. Diddy's. Futures.
Well, P. Diddy, nothing wrong with being gay, but it's some strong connections to him being homosexual.
Yeah, I don't. Plus, that nigga dated his own daughter. I mean, dated his own son's girlfriend. So, yeah, we need more. We need more futures. I don't. Them niggas in Hollywood weird.
That's a New York nigga.
But that nigga in Hollywood now. If we're being fair, that nigga Will from Philly, real close to New York. Man, maybe it's something with them New York niggas out there.
Norfolk is different.
They going out sad. You ain't never seen Gucci man get involved in shit like this. Hey.
That's funny.
So